Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, flowers. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, your voices are so lovely, and life is bright, oh, Christmas tree, we never had much like you. Silent night, holy night, all is calm. All is bright round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
I'm looking forward to my life. I'm looking forward to me. The way I picture me.
Who are you talking to?
Huh? I had this room I lived in. Shall I describe this room to you? I had a wall with a picture of Walt Whitman in an overcoat. And every time I looked at this picture, I thought of Pennsylvania. And I had a wall with a picture of an antelope on a yellow prairie. And every time I saw this, I'd see him running. And I had a wall with a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. And every time I looked at this, I'd see the water running underneath. And I had a picture of me sitting on a jeep with a gun in one hand.
Oh my gosh, the turkey!
It's funny the way the snow is. Maybe we should read. We'll have to wait for Liza.
Yeah, well,
We can be looking for the place. Do you remember where it was? I thought we marked it. I lost it. Here, let me look.
Shooter, can you do a soft chew?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
I was just thinking, if we could both do one sitting down, without standing up, in just our legs.
Just like this, you mean?
Yeah,
Was it chapter 16? Maybe.
just try. Put your hands on the table. 1, 2, 3, cut through.
Oh, we're gonna read now. I can't find the place. Let me take a look. Sure, lost the place.
I had a picture of a dancing bear. Some gypsies had it on a leash. They were all laying by the side of the road and the bear was standing on all fours, right in the middle of the road. In the background was this fancy house. Don't act it out.
Will we pass the part where the comedy exploded?
You don't have to act it out.
I never saw a dancing bear. That was before my time. I guess they made it illegal. Too cruel or something. No, it doesn't feel cruel. Just humiliating. It's not the rightful position of a bear. You can feel it. It's all off balance. Well, that's what I mean.
What?
That's cruel. For a bear, that's cruel. Oh, no, it's as though something's expected of me, as though I was human. But it puts me in a different position, a different situation.
How?
Performing, without realizing it. I mean, I realize it, but the bear doesn't. He just finds himself doing something unusual for him. Awkward.
You're not the bear.
I found it. They've returned to Earth to find that everything's exactly the same. Nothing's changed.
That's not it. Here, let me try.
I think I'll take a
The
bath.
turkey's almost ready.
Too scared to eat.
Let him take a bath. It'll calm him down.
Is there any hot water left?
There was the last time I was up there.
Don't want to go up there alone.
If you could remember the last time when you got scared, it might help you this time.
I know. It's the same. It's the snow. Being inside. Everything's so shocking inside. I look at my hands and I get terrified. The sight of my feet in the bathtub. Skin covering me. That's all that's covering me.
I can remember the last time I got scared. I thought I'd poisoned myself. I thought I'd eaten something. I imagined it, working its way into me. I went outside in my bare feet and forced myself to throw up. It was that kind of a night.
I remember that night. We were watching the stars.
This is ridiculous. I can't find the place.
I think there's another one out on the back porch.
That's what I do. I get this feeling everything's out of control. Things won't work. And then I smash something, I punch something, I scream. Later, I find that my throat is torn. I've torn something loose. Things won't work. Everything's out of control. My breath is short. My heart's thumping. I don't recognize myself.
Shooter, weren't you the last one to read?
Was I?
Yeah, it was you.
It doesn't really matter.
Only if you can remember where you left off.
Let me look. I'll see if I can find it.
There's something to be said for not being able to do something well. I mean, it's all right. It takes a certain amount of courage to bring it out into the open like that.
It's no worse than the one you guys did.
No, I know. I'm not trying to insult you or anything. I mean, we've got this picture in our head of Judy Garland, Fred Astaire, Mr. Rogers. Those feet flying all over the place. That's fluid motion. How can we do anything for the first time? Even the Dinsky went nuts.
What about it?
It's hard to have a conversation.
When you're in a position of doing something like that, it's hard to talk about it. You know what I mean? I mean, when I was doing it, when I was in the middle of actually doing it, I didn't particularly feel like talking about it. I mean, it made me feel funny. It was like somebody was watching me, judging me, sort of making an evaluation, chalking up points. I mean, especially the references to all those stars. You know. I mean, I know I'm not as good as Judy Garland, but so what? I wasn't trying to be good as Judy Garland. I mean, it started off like it was just for fun, you know? And then it turned into murder! It was like being murdered! You know what I mean!
Didn't mean to piss you off. You know, I'm not going to offer to clean it up because you're already doing it.
Did you find a place yet?
Nope.
I'm starving. When are we gonna eat?
It's almost ready.
I couldn't take it. Just thumbing through the book, not even looking, not even seeing the papers, just turning those pages, acting it out, pretending.
I know.
Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing right now?
I'm looking for the place.
I admire your concentration. I could never concentrate. I kept thinking of other things. I kept drifting away. I kept thinking of the sun, the Gulf of Mexico, Barracuda.
It's okay.
I know it's okay! That's not what I'm saying!
Was it just after the fall of the rain?
Carve. You'll have to stop doing that. We've only got one left.
I'll do it.
No, that's okay.
We're lucky to have a turkey, you know.
Yes, I know.
It was fun thinking to raise our own. To see ahead into this crisis.
Who idea was it anyway?
Mine.
I think it was mine.
It was your idea, then I went out and bought it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
But you're lucky.
Do you know what they say is the best way to prepare a turkey? They say that before you kill it, about 2 weeks before, you start feeding it a little cornmeal and some sherry. About a teaspoonful of sherry 3 times a day. Then in the second week, you force a whole walnut down its throat once a day and keep up the sherry dosage. When it comes time for the kill, you'll have a turkey with a warm, nutty flame up.
Is that what you did?
Partly. I started out the first week with the sherry, but by the time the second week rolled around, I couldn't do it. I mean, the turkey thing. I couldn't do that.
It's not cruel.
You killed it anyway.
I did.
I can't find the place.
Aren't we going to have any vegetables? No. We had a late frost, remember?
We're lucky to have a turkey.
I know.
I was just wondering about the vegetables. Creamed onions and stuff. Candied yams.
Dark or light, G?
White.
No wine either, I suppose?
You were in the kitchen.
Yes. I've never cooked over an open fire before. I mean a big fire, blazing like that. It's hard to keep from cooking yourself. You get afraid the kitchen's gonna burn down. The heat is tremendous.
I can imagine.
Turkey is supposed to keep slow.
Well, you let the flames die down. It's just the embers you're cooking on. But the heat.
Yeah, it is hot in here for a change.
Gee, did you get us all some water?
Right now?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
From the well? It's a lot of work, you know. You can't just turn on the tap.
We're lucky to have a turkey.
It is freezing out there. Holding up water. Spilling it on his hands, it's freezing.
It's all right.
In the dark. Feeling his way around, he might fall in.
It's all right, Shooter.
I know it's okay, that's not what I'm saying. Just because we are surrounded by 4 walls and a roof doesn't mean anything. It's still dangerous. The chances of something happening are just as great. Anything could happen. You get a cold feeling being outside. Separated. You get the idea that being inside is cozier, friendlier, warm. People, conversation, everyone using a language. And then you go inside. It's a shock. It's not at all what you expected.
You lose what you had outside. You forget there even is an outside. The inside is all that you know. You search for a way of being with everyone, a way of finding out how to behave. You find out what's expected of you. You act yourself out.
There's one chair left.
I'll get it. Dark or light, Jeep?
White. I was thinking, if things get worse, we should get a cow.
Nobody's selling.
You've asked around?
Nobody's selling.
I was thinking chickens would be better.
Nobody's selling.
That's all right.
A goat might be good.
There's no way of making the curry. We'll have to do the best with what we've got. We're all eating now. At least we're eating. We'll have to gauge our hunger. Find out if we actually need food when we think we need it. Find out how much it takes to stay alive. Find out what's happening to us. Find out what it does to us. Sometimes, I think I know, but it's only an idea. Sometimes, I have the idea I know what's happening to us. Sometimes, I can't see. I go blind. Other times, I don't have any idea. I'm just eating.
I forgot what I went out there for. Just got out there and forgot.
The chair.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't really matter. I'm okay on the floor.
I made a move to go get it, but he beat me to it.
It doesn't matter.
Was he being polite?
I guess.
Just to keep you from going out there.
I guess so.
But he's getting the chair for Jeep, and Jeep doesn't even care.
It's all right.
Walt Whitman was a great man. He kissed soldiers. He held their hands. He saw mounds of amputated limbs.
I don't know anything about him.
Almost 100 years ago to the day, the same thing happened. Everyone at each other's throats. Walt was there. He could tell you.
I thought he was dead.
When was this?
This all happened on Vermont Avenue near L Street. The street itself was raining. Blue soldiers were lying dead in every doorway, some with gaping wounds, having lain there all night, soaked through to the bone. Walt was a witness to it.
There it is. You don't want it. Don't you want it? This is the life. No, I'm glad I went through all of that.
Aren't you hungry?
No, I'm glad.
Well, time to wash up.
I'm never leaving this chair again. I finally found it.
You want some water, Shooter? There's plenty of water.
I'm never leaving again.
I'm gonna have some water. I'll be glad to get you a cup if you want.
Does anyone want to read? I don't mind looking for the place.
I could conduct all my business from here. I need a bedpan, some magazines.
We should save the bones for soup.
This is more like it. This is more in line with the way I see myself. I picture myself as father, very much at home. The world can't touch me.
Shooter, do you remember when you were scared? Shooter, do you remember? Oh, Shooter.
No. No, I don't remember that. That was a long time ago. Lupe's looking for the place. People are washing dishes. Things are rolling right along. Why bring that up?
Was it around near the place where the spaceship collided with the neutron?
Shooter, I remember. I remember you were so scared you couldn't go up to take a bath.
Oh, no. No, that's not me at all. That's entirely the wrong image. No, I've never been afraid of baths.
Oh.
I've always been brave in those situations. Plunged right in.
Oh, I thought it was you.
I knew a guy once who was afraid to take a bath. Something about the water stank. To high heaven. High heaven. That's a good one. He stank. Boy, how he stank. Boy, did he ever stink.
Was it the water?
Yeah. Something about the way it distorted his body when he looked down into it.
Then it wasn't the water.
Yeah. The water. The way it warped his body.
But that's just the way he saw it. It was him, not the water.
And then he began to fear his own body.
And that from seeing it in the water?
He began to feel like a foreign spy, spying on his body. He'd lie awake for fear of what his body might do to him without him knowing. He'd keep watch on it.
Was he a close friend?
I knew him for a while.
What happened to him?
His body killed him. One day it just had enough and killed him.
What happened to the body?
Still walking around, I guess.
That's an interesting story, Shooter.
Thank you.
How to get started?
What?
Well, I mean, how to get into this relationship.
I don't know. One day he just found himself like that, I guess.
Remember the days of mass entertainment?
Nope.
This could never have happened then. Something to do every minute. Always something to do. I was once very active in the community.
What's a community?
A sense. What's a community, Shooter?
It's, you know, you were on the right track.
Something.
I know.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't need words.
I know what you mean.
Just a kind of feeling.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think we're beginning to get a little. To get it back. You can feel it even in the dead of winter. Sort of everybody helping each other out.
Did he suspect his body of treason? Was that it?
I'm not sure. It was a touchy situation.
Well, I mean, he must have had a hard time. I mean, he couldn't reach out. I mean, he wouldn't expect anyone else to be in the same boat, probably.
Probably not.
Well, it is rare.
Was it in a particular time of hardship?
I can't rightly say.
Well, I mean, were things crumbling?
I suspect he had his ideas, his opinions, certain stiff attitudes.
When was this?
And his body is still walking around?
That's right. I'm walking stiff.
What, could anyone tell? I mean, if we ran into this body, could we tell it was vacant?
I don't know.
Well, how could you tell?
There must be a way. I mean, you could tell if something wasn't missing. You could tell if he wasn't all there.
I don't know.
How? How could you tell?
You'd know. I'd know. I mean, with us, we know. We know. We hear each other. We hear our voices. We know each other's voice. We can see. We recognize each other. We have a certain... We can tell who's who. We can see. We recognize each other. We respond. We're not like that. I mean, it's not like that. It's how that would be.
I'm starving. Did we eat already?
You weren't here.
I was here all along.
Well, not at the right time.
You mean you ate without me? Now I'm beginning to regret my decision
What?
to stay in the chair.
Oh.
It was short-sighted. I'd give anything just to move around in this space, to lick the corners, to get my nose in the dust, to feel my body moving.
Oh, was it near where the sky rained fire?
I can picture it. I give in to it. I let my body go. My head imagines forests, chainsaws, hammers, and nails in my ears. A whole house is being built.
Keep it to yourself.
My nose finds things. Everything's churning with new ideas. And then it all ends. And I'm back in this chair again. Now I've ruined it. Now I've had my cake. And neither one is any good. The chair doesn't get it on, and neither does the adventure. I know it.
Trying to concentrate?
Shall I tell a story?
If I could find a place, we could read a story.
I feel like a story. I think I'll tell one. Jeep, how about it?
I've about had it with this bucket. I can't figure out what I've been doing here all this time.
How deep is the well anyway?
What happened to Liza?
Washing dishes.
If I've been standing here all this time,
No. I've been looking for the place. I wish people would just leave me alone.
I'm not standing up here because I'm afraid of the fish, I'll tell you that much. I was standing up here waiting for that fish ever arrived. It's not how it looks.
Shooter, could you
It's just a coincidence.
create some reason for me to move? Some justification for me to find myself someplace else?
Only if you promise that you're not thinking that I'm afraid of the fish because I'm standing on this chair and there happens to be a fish in the house.
I'm not thinking about you!
Loses.
Go and pick up the fish. Put the fish on the table. Take the knife out of the turkey. Cut open the fish, starting from the pea hole, slicing towards the head. Now clean it like you would any other fish. What's been going on here? Is there a party? Was someone taking liberties? It's agonizing. This whole time I could have sworn I was getting something done. I can't even remember eating. Didn't we eat already? Wasn't there a turkey? Somebody's gonna have to bring me some food, you know. I've made this decision to stay in this chair and I'm gonna stick to it. Come hell or high water, it's not my fault. I could have the fish. You could find him and bring it to me when you're done with it. That's not too much trouble. I don't know what possessed me. This isn't the worst thing that could happen. I couldn't stay here forever. It's not my fault. Didn't I say that I wouldn't leave this chair no matter what? If I got out of this chair, it would be a sign of weakness. Chief, if I got out of this chair, would you think I was weak? This isn't the worst thing that could happen.
The table's littered with carcasses, guts, bones, the insides. I'm in the middle of all this.
Who are you talking to?
I'm swimming in it.
It's nobody's fault.
I can't help eating. I'll eat till my dying day. Oh, brother!
If you were alone, would you have done that?
We're still in the chair. We're sticking to our promise.
You wouldn't call it showing off?
We're at our wits' end. The whole world could disappear.
I'm starting to feel better already. You remember before when I was getting the fears?
No, when was that?
When I asked you if you remembered when you were scared to go up and take a bath.
That was a long time ago.
I'm getting better now. Even in the middle of all this violence.
You should have told me you were scared. I would have done something about it. I didn't know you were scared.
I'm in a better position now. Now I've got something to do.
I can even imagine how horrifying it could be to be doing this. And it doesn't touch me. It's like I'm dismissed.
Am I completely hidden?
More or less.
Maybe I'm gone.
Maybe.
That's what it's like.
Maybe that's it then. God.
That's it, all right. Gone. Flown the coop. Is there anyone to verify, to check it out?
Are you sure you want to?
Maybe it's better this way.
Are you sure you're not there?
More or less. Something creeps back now that you mention it.
Oh,
What's the matter?
I don't know.
I've got no references for this.
Suddenly it's shifted.
What's the matter? You have to clue me in.
What? I was in his family. I had no choice about it. I lived in different houses. I had no choice. I couldn't even choose the
Are you
wallpaper.
getting to the point?
I found myself in school, in cars. I got arrested. That was when it changed. The second I got arrested.
Have you forgotten about me?
The second I got arrested, I understood something. I remember the phrase, getting in trouble. I remember the word, trouble. I remember the feeling of being in trouble. It wasn't until I got in trouble that I found out my true position.
What was that?
I was in the world. I was up for grabs. I was being taken away by something bigger.
The cops?
Something bigger. Bigger than family. Bigger than school. Bigger than the 4-H club. Bigger than Little League Baseball. This was big time. My frame of reference changed.
Did you go to jail?
I went everywhere.
Cop car, court, cop car, jail, cop car, court, cop car, home, cop car, jail.
And everywhere I noticed this new interest in my existence.
These new details.
Every scar was noted down.
Every mark.
Lines in my fingers.
Hair,
Eyes.
A change in the pockets.
eyes.
Race. Age.
Every detail.
Who was interested?
A vast network, a chain of events.
I entered a new world. Weren't you scared?
I used to have this dream that would come to me when I was on my feet.
I'd have this dream come to me. that the walls were moving in. It was like a sweeping kind of terror that struck me.
It's the last time I got scared.
Put the fish on the table.
We didn't have to leave Liza. I'm not thinking of starting your life.
Everything's so shocking inside.
How could you tell?
Look at my hand, I'm terrified.
That's the thought that did it.
I've been standing here all this time.
Just because I'm I fall all this chickens would be better. I put my
There's something loose. We'll have to use that to control things over. My breath is short, my heart is thumping.
Well, it is rare.
Recognize myself.
How could you say?
Recognizing. This whole time I could have sworn I was getting something done.
Darker
I
light.
can't even remember eating. Wasn't there a turkey? So easy to use things. I mean, it's Jack, let's stick to it. Come out with
I idea. I have the idea. I know what's happening.
the fire reads it.
I don't know. That's not what I'm saying.
Something.
I had no idea what the world was.
I had no idea how I got there, or why or who did it.
I had no references for this.